Good afternoon. This is Stacy Schrader. I'm here at Grace Pilates in Fulshear, Texas, and Lena Schrader, my daughter-in-law, has once again graciously agreed to help demo some exercises. Our theme for today is warming up the pelvic area. And what we can think of, the pelvis, we're going to pretend it's a ball. And in these exercises, what we're trying to accomplish, the first one we're going to do is a pelvic tilt. And in a moment, I'm going to ask Lena to demo, but just to get the image in your mind, if this is your pelvis, what we're asking to do is we're first going to tilt it one way and then the other way, and equally. And it's just a nice way to get that organ that structure warmed up before you get going on more strenuous activities. So Lena, to begin, if you can bring your belly button into your spine, your abs are drawn in, there you go. So you can see that has tilted her pelvis one way, her pubic bone is reaching towards the sky, and let's tilt it the other. Exhale and tilt the other way. And it's a subtle movement, but it still can achieve a nice stretch. And bring your abs in, and let's tilt the other way. And do it one more time. And in, and tilt. Okay, very good. Another nice bit of information that this exercise can do for you is to help you remember where your neutral spine is located. And normally we like to say that your neutral spine is somewhere halfway between being tilted, your pelvis being tilted up this far or this far. And the best way that I can visualize where my neutral pelvis is, and what I'm going to ask Lena to do, is bring your hand into a diamond and place your thumbs on your belly button, and that'll be in your pubic area. And I'm going to ask Lena to adjust such that her hip bones that she can feel with the palms of both hands are level with her pubic area. And if we were to place a hot cup of tea right here, it would not lean or tip this way or that way because she has now achieved her neutral spine. Why is that important, you may ask? Well, what all science tells us is that when you're in neutral spine, you have the best chance for your organs to operate in an optimal way. They have room to do what they're meant to do. In addition, you have given your muscles the best opportunity to stay in balance. As opposed to, as most of us, we may sit at a computer and we're at a slight tilt, like the first way that Lena showed. And other of us may develop where our pelvis goes the other way. Either one that's not in neutral will over time create some muscle imbalances that may lead to back pain or other issues. All right, one step up from that then, once you get comfortable with the pelvic tilt, is going to the pelvic clock. And what we're going to add, we were just focused on her belly button area and the pubic bone. We're going to say that the belly button is noon and her pubic bone is 6 o'clock. And her right hip bone will be 9 a.m. and then the left hip bone is 3. And we're just going to travel. It's a subtle movement, but it's another way. And again, if you imagine, we've got the imaginary, very unscientific pelvis here. If this ball is just going to gently rotate around, it's like lubricating that structure. So Lena, let's do that. Let's bring your 12 o'clock, let's bring that in, and let's rotate to this hip, and then lift, and gently go here. Let's do it one more. Circle that way, and come back, and let's reverse. And there we go, this pelvic circle, and do one more, and come around, and rest. So that's our first two. We started with the pelvic tilts. We talked about neutral spine. We just did the pelvic clock, or you can call them the pelvic circle. All right, moving from that, the last exercise that we're going to demo that helps warm up that pelvic region is the shoulder bridge. So Lena, I'd like you to start bringing the abs into the stomach. Now lift your hips. And she needs energy in her hands. These are her anchors, her shoulders, and her feet, which should be right under her knees. And as she exhales, I'm going to ask her to soften her ribs and bring each of these vertebrae in one at a time. And the very last, she'll roll her tailbone out last. And as she does so, she should feel length in her spine, as the viewers at home should also feel. Lena, let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Very nice. And exhale, roll. Another word for this is articulating the spine. It's a side benefit of this. In addition to warming up the pelvic region, you're also unwinding that spine as it goes down. It's a nice massage. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, tuck and lift. And exhale and roll that spine out. One vertebrae at a time. All right, good. So that concludes our demo for today on warming up that pelvic area. And Lena, how do you feel? Does that feel nice and stretched out?
I do feel very stretched.
Okay, very good. And thanks so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a great day.